All right, we should be live about now. Okay, so hey everybody, how you guys doing? Thank you, Garhor, for chilling us all the way to the max. And I hope now, after you're properly chilled, you're ready for some Ace Attorney investigations. Prosecutor's Path. My bad. Hey, Drops. Hey Gar, if you're still here. Hey Chairs, and hey anybody else lurking out there. Yes, I did get a new mic actually. Thank you for noticing. New mic, new headset too. The Sim recommended me a headset and a mic that attaches to it, and I'm very, very pleased with them. Very happy. So yeah. Let's dive right into it. So last time, if you remember, we're currently in our last case of the game, the fifth one, which kind of takes from every other case in the game so far and like brings it all together, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it so much, and a bit from like the older games. Yeah, Drops. I was listening to some of my recordings, and I felt like it was peaking too much, and I didn't really like the way it was, and I figured it was time. So I'm really happy I did that. So far in the investigation, the entirety of last stream was actually kind of a sidetrack where we had to find John Marsh, who has been kidnapped. We had a nice conversation with Shelly the killer, found out that he's not actually the mastermind who is behind this whole fucking deal. And we also discovered that apparently Courtney had some sort of weird teenage pregnancy, since I still can't figure out how she's 26 and her son is 13, so that's kind of fucked up, I think. I hope they'll explain that at some point. So that's it, yeah. And so we fucked over, so let's see, we fucked over Blaze the Best. His son Sebastian the Best testicles finally dropped, and he's acting like a real man and earning his place in the prosecutorial world. And like I said, we got John Marsh back. So now we can actually start and investigate the case of who killed the president of Zhengfa and what happened 12 years that connects to that. So we're just at the beginning of a chapter. Let's dive right into it.
Could you please give it a rest already?
The heck? I'm telling y'all, it's best for y'all's sake to come clean. Shit, I always have a hard time with her accent. I'm the best. Yeah, pretty much. No, he's a bit more normal now. They actually managed me. I didn't think that I would. I keep saying it. That the writing was much better than I thought in these games, and I already appreciate the writing. But they actually made me like care for one of the characters that I really hated, and I thought there was nothing they could do to make me like him. But they proved me wrong. Excellent job. The staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporters continue their tenacious negotiations.
If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises.
Oh, they're all... Oh, no. Put a sock in it, copper! Y'all couldn't... Copper. Put a sock in it, pig! Y'all couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion! Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up.
Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot.
But ain't you said you saw Gertie yourself?
Sure, I saw it. But it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot.
Oh, who could this be? Mind if I butt in? Oh, of course. All back from court.
Mr. Edgeworth.
John.
Oh, y'all come here to search for the monster too?
We're searching for a criminal, not a monster. Lang Zi says, the darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters.
Agent Lang, this is a problem. I can't let outsiders enter the crime scene.
These are all key figures in the case. I'd like them to be here when the investigation resumes.
Oh yeah, he is. Wait until he starts howling, dude. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation. Alright, it's Christmas Eve. I forgot to say, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, all of you guys. Happy holidays. Hope you have a great time with your families. Drink lots of eggnog. Get great presents. Stuff your stockings and whatever else you do on this special day. Where do you intend to start?
We'll start by reviewing the case.
Oh, nice. We get a bit of a rundown of what happened so far.
Today, the body of the President Wong was found here at the film lot. The President's whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown.
It seems he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside.
And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower.
Yes, everybody please remember to back that ass up, especially on Christmas. Extra important. Everybody gotta make sure you back that ass right up. Oh, well, it's his mom. I guess that's maybe why he's nervous. But I still think John has something to do with this murder. Obviously I don't think he's the main culprit, but I get a feeling that he has something to do with it.
So, why did you meet with the President?
Oh, hey, Wada. Does John smell? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I would imagine with the amount that he's drinking, he's probably like pissing white, and sweating it too.
That I cannot say.
You can't tell us, even under the suspicion of murder.
Can't say? Why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious.
Not so fast! Ha! She must have a reason to clam up.
Remember that Claudric actually made the prediction that, we know that the two of them met, and we know that John is the son of Courtney, of Justine Courtney, and he had the thought that maybe somehow Wong is the father, and that's why they were talking. Maybe that's why she doesn't want to tell. I don't know. Like he was right about Justine being his mom. So we'll see. Maybe his prediction was actually right.
I think you're somehow involved in the President's assassination.
Objection! The President's body was only discovered today. That still leaves a blank of one whole day after Judge Courtney met with him unaccounted for.
Not so fast. Don't be so impatient. We're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. The evening of that blank day in question is what's important. What happened here last night? So, why don't you tell us, John Marsh?
Me?
We know you were here last night.
What? John was here?
Between that little Missy's testimony and the footprints we found, we can easily prove it.
Also, we, as in us, Team Edgeworth, have a video showing him here last night. Before the body was found. It seems that, if I remember right, it's after these footprints were made, since they were also made sometime last night. So it's after these footprints were made, but we can't see the body. Actually, So yeah, we have at least one footprint here, but we can't tell if the body is to the right over there, where they actually found it.
John, you were rehearsing here last night, right?
You were spying on me?
I'm sorry. I just came to check up on things. You really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know.
Mind your own business.
Smash.
Oh, they're actually scared him.
John Marsh, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that.
Sorry.
How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak?
He looks like, oh yeah, you're right. Well, oh, I get what's supposed to be like the spots of a cow, but I guess they thought that giving him a white hoodie with black dots would be a bit too much. But it does look like that. You're right.
Is it just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kind of different?
She seems to be as strict with her own son as she is with those who violate the law.
Are you listening to me? And earlier as well. Blah 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 blah. You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion.
Not so fast. Can we get on with the investigation already?
Pardon me.
For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that. This must be her mother's loose side. Agent Lang, do you suspect John?
All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? I don't want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out.
It seems the president was like family to him. John, would it be all right if we asked you a few questions?
Sure, it's fine. I've got nothing to hide anyway.
All right. John's rehearsal.
I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so... Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary.
You were rehearsing alone that late at night?
Why does he have horns? It's part of his outfit. He's the lead character in a monster movie called Mozilla. And his character is like the only one who can communicate with a monster, with Mozilla, because he has horns. No, they actually gave a pretty alright reason for that, Drops. But of course anime is part of it. Okay. Exactly what?
John, when I called you last night, you told me you were at the hotel.
You called him? About what time was that?
I believe it was around 11 p.m. I require him to call me every night. That's a rule whenever he stays away from home.
The truth is, I was at the film lot during that time.
Smash.
Does he have a tail? I'm not sure. I think not, but we'll have to check out later.
So, you lied to me.
I'm sorry.
Miss Courtney sure is angry. I think it's admirable that he practiced on his own, even if he hid it from his mom.
I'm sure she was simply worried. Who knows what could have happened to him, out alone so late at night? And in reality, he did get caught up in yesterday's incident.
But John said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary, right?
Is that really the truth? I think I already know of something that was out of the ordinary. But for now, let's just press things and see what we get. Hold it! John, you said you didn't feel well. Could you tell me more concretely what was wrong?
That doesn't matter. I just wasn't feeling well, alright?
You weren't feeling well. Maybe you drank too much milk?
What? How'd you... no. I mean, that's not it.
So he didn't feel well because of his stomach.
When I was young, I was told that chewing milk makes it easier on your stomach, you know?
This conversation is over. Anyways, I made a few bloopers.
We're shooting the scene today. Well, not anymore. Hold it! So they plan to reshoot the scene today, and you were practicing for that last night. Lactose intolerant? Really? I didn't know about that. I did see something about like Africans, and you know, like and black people in general, like whoever's heritage is from Africa, that they have a larger chance of being lactose intolerant. Because someone was saying like, why do white people love cheese so much? And then someone proved that it's not that white people love cheese so much, is that other people are just lactose intolerant.
The mistakes cause a lot of trouble for the people around me.
Rates of lactose intolerance vary between regions, from less than 10% in Northern Europe to high as 95% in parts of Asia. Yep, just as I thought. Time to drink, yeah? Isn't it great to be white? Cheers. And just drink as much milk as you feel like. And eat all the cheese. Seriously, cheese is so good though, it's amazing. Every time I eat cheese, I'm amazed at how good it is.
I'm a pro, so practicing that much more is natural.
He certainly does have an admirable sense of responsibility.
John is incredibly dedicated to his craft. He didn't even make any major mistakes in these bloopers. But he said if it would make the movie just a tiny bit better.
Shut up! You don't need to go around blabbering about stupid stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
If only he was a little more cooperative, I'd have no complaints. Oh my god, can you imagine life without pizza? Oh, wow. I shudder at the thought.
Anyway, that's what happened.
Hold it! John, about your testimony just now.
John Marsh, didn't I always tell you? Don't I always tell you?
Oh yeah, there is vegan pizza, but you know, vegan food just tastes like sadness, I've heard. Even though I had, when I was in Berlin, I had my brother, his girlfriend, and my mom are all vegan, and I'm not. So we went to like a burger place, which was really good in Berlin, that made like, they can make like vegan and vegetarian burgers, but they also have meat burgers. So it's kind of like the best of all worlds. So I went there and I had a bite like out of their vegan mozzarella sticks, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. Like it tasted pretty close to regular mozzarella. But that still wasn't enough to make me actually eat the entire thing.
If you're going to practice by yourself, you have to let me know beforehand.
Not a vegan-friendly stream. Are you vegan, Maury? Could it be? The pizza master himself?
I know.
My time to speak was completely stolen away from me. I shall ask you once more. John, about your testimony just now.
But you know, John, I think that's really great.
Again?
Putting in an honest effort like that will make someone even more talented. You'll go from a little thief to a middle thief, and then someday you'll become a great thief. I'll be doing my best, so you do your best too, okay, John?
Vegano? Is that Italian for vegan? Ahem. Now then, if I may. John, do you often rehearse in that way? At last, at long last, I finally got to ask my question. Oh, and that's it, and we don't even get an answer. Wasn't anything over the ordinary. Was there? Hold it! There are no mistakes in that testimony, correct?
Of course there's no mistakes. It was just a normal, peaceful night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened at all.
A peaceful night? How can you say that when an incident like this has occurred?
Kay, he is still a child. Please don't get seriously angry. So there was nothing out of the ordinary?
He doesn't know anything about the incident. That's the impression I'm getting.
Town village is being investigated for aberrantly low rates of heart disease. Really? I haven't heard of that. And before everybody there eats like newborn babies or something, and that's their secret.
But isn't there evidence that shows something did happen last night?
Yes. I don't have time to waste dealing with a child's lies. Let's present the contradiction. Well, what I'm thinking... first, well, there was a lot out of the ordinary. We know. But what I think we can prove is that we actually have footage with a monster's footprint, which wasn't there yesterday, and no one knows how it turned up, so that can't be out of the ordinary. So I think if we show this, it should be okay. Welcome back, Chairs. Objection! There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? We have evidence right here.
Could that be?
That's right. It's the video you recorded of your performance.
What? You're telling me you have video from last night?
Exactly. And in this video, there is clearly something that is out of the ordinary. Up to mention how it'd be a dope ass idea to watch together Muppets Christmas movie. I completely agree, Backcountry. I'll be up for that. If you want to stream it or anybody else, I'll watch that shit. Especially if you want to add Muppets Monster Island to that.
This is a monster's footprint.
Would you say that monsters' footprints are commonplace on a film set? And Muppet Race Mania, yeah, you still gotta stream that, right? You said you'd stream that, and you got, like, Spider-Man, you got a bunch of shit to stream, man.
John, why did you conceal this video from us?
No reason, really. Not so fast. Hey, pup. This is no joking matter. You had a reason to hide it, right?
John, Marsh, answer him clearly.
But Mom...
Well?
I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing.
In other words, you're embarrassed about others seeing you practice.
Yeah, got a problem with that? Not so fast. You're saying that's why you hid the evidence?
Does that make your family repeating the same Christmas carol all day and your food actually being spoiled and going to waste? Aw. I'm sorry, Bats. I hope it gets better. I hope you get all the presents, man. Oh, it's been a chill day. That's nice, at least. Do you have some days off from school or work?
John,
Quit nagging me! You've already busted me. What more do you want? Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home.
Really? Someone else is playing it too? Really? That's a fucking lucky break. Well, it's a big world out there. I was wondering how people found me actually from Twitch, because I never thought people would actually look for this game, but I'm happy they are. Who's holding it? Hold it! How come you're so calm after finding those footprints? It's a monster, you know? A real-life monster!
I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's lots of other weird stuff around here too.
Shit, hold on. Let me focus on it.
he's suspicious, Chief. This kid's really suspicious.
You're right. The smell of a scoop stinks to high heaven.
Shut up! We're done talking.
Objection! We're not done here yet.
What now?
The monster's footprints weren't the only unusual things that happened last night. Besides the monster's footprints, what other unusual thing happened last night?
Well, the murder? I'd say that's like the main thing. Right? Yeah. That wasn't yesterday. I gotta say the murder. Or that the Mozilla's head fell off, but we don't know what time that happened. Well, I don't know. I'm not completely certain, but I think it's the murder. Like, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Or is that too obvious? Take that!
This shows what happened here yesterday.
Just what exactly does it show?
You don't understand, do you? You are still a child, after all.
That's a married man, 69, dies of heart attack while masturbating. Well, at least he died doing what he loved, huh?
I don't need some guy who's less intelligent than his child telling me that. No!
Seems that wasn't it.
Let's review what happened here last night one more time.
Yes. I won't let this child make a fool of me any longer.
Why are you getting so worked up about that? Anyways, just what was it that happened last night?
Okay, so let's go over the things again. Because I was obviously wrong. We got the Yatagarasu's badge, we got the letter that's from the previous case. Grand Tower. Crime scene notes, obviously that's not it. Monster movie flyer. Combination lock. Well, the rear entrance was also forced, so yeah, they broke a lock. So that's also out of the ordinary, I'd say. And the head fell. So there's those two. Anything else? The Mozilla doll that can record stuff. Commemorative photo taken yesterday. The body of the monster's footprints are not visible. This isn't like that much. It happened yesterday, but it's not really out of the ordinary, I'd say. Monster's footprints. Security camera, that's from the rooftop. Lotta's testimony also about the rooftop or the storeroom. Onion on the movies? What movies? Let me see what you were talking about. Ace in the Hole and The Magician. Haven't seen either of them really. Whose are they? I've only seen like, I don't know, blockbusters lately, I think. Let me think of something good that I saw recently. A good movie. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Billy Wilder. The only Billy Wilder movie I saw parts of Some Like It Hot, and I saw what's the one? The one with I'm Ready for My Close-Up, Mr. DeMille. I forgot the name of the movie. Very grim, really. That's kind of unlike Billy Wilder. That's interesting. He's definitely a good director, no doubt. Writer-director. Yeah, it is a super chill. It'd be a good movie to stream here too. I think like the jokes still hold today, which is pretty amazing. Sunset Boulevard, thank you. That was the one. Blue truck that parked in front of the tower today. John's practice video. Mechanics gloves. Documents. Report on Nightly's mementos. Bug. All of this is irrelevant. Okay, so I'm thinking either the combination lock or Mozilla's head. Or the photo, but the photo seems kind of dumb. It's not that unusual, so I'm gonna say like the combination lock maybe. Like, can someone like it hard with the mafia? And Irma LaDouche is a pretty funny movie, but it's about prostitution. There's some grim. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair to say, Bats. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Take that! This shit. No, it's the same dialogue. Damn it. Because that's not it either. The apartment also shows a pretty fucked up vision of love and abuse. Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, so there's that. If it's gonna be the photo, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Take that! A monster's head fell from the roof of that building. You can tell someone fucked him up in the past, even if he is a funny... Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, he escaped from, like, Nazi Germany, if I remember right. He was a Jew in Nazi Germany, if I remember right, and he escaped to the US. The Magician was Bergman. I never watched a Bergman movie all the way, actually. I never found like, the right moment to, like, really get into it, since I feel like Bergman needs a specific mood in order to watch his films. Quite entertaining, relatively easy to see, really pretty cinematography. Awesome. That's pretty great. Oh, Bats, did you see, there was that, Wada asked me, I think, about that movie that, like, had, for a lot of time, it had, like, a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. It had, like, 100% out of, like, 300 plus critics. And I think, like, someone ruined it not too long ago. The Birth of Brian. So yeah, not too long ago, someone ruined it and like gave it one negative review or something, I think, and it dropped to 99% now. But it's supposed to be amazing, and it's like the debut film of a writer-director, and it's supposed to be like something amazing. I think it's called Lady Bird, something like that. It's supposed to be like out of this fucking world, but unfortunately, it doesn't screen over here, so I have to wait until there's a copy online. But maybe, I don't know, did you happen to see that? Or hear about it? Surely, you must have known about that. I don't know anything about it. Actually, Life of Brian would also be a great movie for Christmas, I think. Yeah, Google it. It looks really good. Yeah, I thought so too. Is that true? I told you. I was just practicing a bit, and then I went back. Don't know anything about Mozilla's head falling or anything like that. Or do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. If there's no evidence, then like I said, we're done talking. It seems that John doesn't really want to talk about last night. Could he be hiding something after all?
Not so fast. Wait up.
Huh? Agent Lang?
It's as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic.
Huh? Is there something in the video that's related to the case?
Yeah. Take a good, hard look at the monster costume in the top left.
True, the zipper is open. What's that big thing? Which one, Maury? Life of Brian or Lady Bird? If it's Life of Brian, then you gotta see it. It's Monty Python. Mandatory viewing is required. of all the Monty Python movies, except maybe Meaning of Life. That's my least favorite Python movie.
The Mozilla costume?
Try comparing it with the one over there right now.
It's zipped up.
It looks like it's just hanging there limply, though.
Life of Brian, it's Monty Python taking the piss out of the story of Jesus. And it's really good. It's mostly rehashed skits. Yeah, but also, but now for something completely different is also rehashed skits. And I love that one. That's my favorite Monty Python movie. Maybe tied with Holy Grail, but no, I think actually like if I had to choose one Monty Python movie to see, then it would be Now for something completely different.
And the zipper on its back is zipped up tightly.
Then yeah, that's it. So that's also something that's different. Zipper on its back.
What? This discrepancy is... Yeah, the difference is plain to see. In the video, the zipper is clearly open. That's right, someone was inside.
What?
Oh, Mr. Powers, is the costume zipper usually?
It's always zipped up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember? My logic from before. 2 nights ago, Courtney pushed the president off the roof and killed him. Afterwards, she snuck into the film lot to hide the body.
In here?
Wouldn't it be easy to hide a body in a costume or behind all this equipment? Then, all she had to do last night was retrieve the body.
You're saying the body was hidden inside the costume?
Yeah, that's right.
No one's bothered with the fact that it would probably like really smell and look really differently if it was just stuck there for a day.
Judge Courtney, 2 nights ago, you pushed the president off the roof of the tower.
Also, that if she pushed him down and he fell down, he would be completely splatted. And they said that there isn't like a single injury, like external injury or signs of something. A dog is more... Dude, lots of dogs are more famous than us. There's Lassie, there's Gabe, there's Phil. I don't know, there's a shit ton of dogs more famous than us. Cats, too. All kinds of animals.
You then hid the body inside the monster costume.
I did no such thing.
Not so fast. Say what you want, but you're the only one who could have done it.
Objection! That should have already been proven impossible. The film lot was locked at the time. Judge Courtney could not have entered this place.
Not so fast. And what if there was an accomplice?
What?
I'll tell you my reasoning, so listen up.
Mother and son theory.
When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot.
Really? You think a mother would send her kid to see a man landing on the ground after being pushed from 51 floors up? 52, really? And then, like, help her move the body. That's kind of insane. Any random hitman could have... Yeah, that's also true. But it's true that the last time we saw the president alive was with Courtney. And then we have footage of both of them, like, coming out onto the rooftop, but only footage of her going back down through the elevator. So that is suspicious. I mean, we know that there is another exit, but it was kind of a secret of just the PIC. So I'm not sure right now why she would tell him to go through there for any reason. Unless he really was murdered later and she just like, I don't know, they talked that she went home and he stayed there and then he was murdered.
If John was an accomplice, the problem with the locks would be resolved. The two of them then hid the president's body inside that monster costume over there.
You think this crime had such an elaborate plan?
To take the life of a nation's president. An elaborate plan is to be expected, don't you think?
Overruled. John would never take part in such a crime.
Not so fast. You're the one being suspected. Your words don't carry much weight.
I wouldn't think those two had sufficient motive for something like this, though.
Well, maybe they had a motive that we didn't know about. You were the last one to meet with the president, and you're still keeping the details secret. Don't you think it's only natural that you're being suspected?
Judge Courtney, there's in no way for you to tell us your secret.
My apologies. I just cannot, no matter what. However, when the time I can't talk about it comes, I will surely let you know. So, if you could please...
Believe you? Is that what you wanted to say? That's what all criminals say. And you, pup, if you've got an explanation, hurry up and spit it out.
I didn't do nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Both mother and son won't talk. You still gonna defend him like this?
It's true. Judge Courtney's actions are a mystery. However, we still don't know whether or not that ties in with a motive for murder.
Yeah, that's right. Their motive for murder can wait. For now, let's talk about the situation surrounding the crime. And the fact that these two are the only ones who could have done it.
Okay, so I didn't see anything, well, besides, like I said, that it's completely a ridiculous theory, but I didn't see, like, any actual contradictions yet, so I guess we'll have to just press a lot. Hold it! Agent Lang, don't tell me you're saying John was an accomplice?
John still looks like a grade school kid. He's not even a kid. He's even got a kitty backpack to boot. How could he be an accomplice? There's just no way. Well, like I said, John's already in middle school, and the backpack is part of his costume.
Not so fast. Lang Z says, no matter how young the cub, never pity an ungrateful pup. He may be a little brat, but a villain deserves no mercy.
Thomas is a tank engine, not a train. Train's the whole thing. He is just the tank engine part. Thanks for correcting that, Backcountry. I did actually refer to Thomas as a train, and from now on I'll make sure to call him a tank engine.
Oh, so Mr. Lang Z didn't make any allowances for age.
Mr. Prosecutor, you're not just defending him because he's a pup, are you?
Of course, that was never my intention. I shall present suitable evidence in due course.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. My logic's just getting started.
Okay, if John was an accomplice, the problem of the locks would be resolved. That's true. Well, actually, not really, since they also... Well, there was one lock that was just like cut through with bolts or something. So why would they do that if they had the code? We'll see if maybe I have something again about that. Hold it! How would that resolve the problem?
I figured you'd ask that, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, it's actually quite simple. Listen up. First, that woman pushes the president off the roof.
She pushes him off.
Then, that brat, who knew the combination for the lock, unlocks the film lot.
I see. The combination unlocks the brat.
Okay, it's the opposite.
That's all it takes. With this, the problem of the lock is solved. Your theory that she couldn't get in because she didn't know the combination no longer flies.
Regarding the lock, that certainly is a plausible explanation. Agent Lang, thank you for your clear explanation. Please, continue with what you were saying before.
If you're gonna give up, you better do it now.
Okay, so according to like the way Edgy... Like according to his reaction, I don't think it's actually the lock. See, rear entrance was forced open last night. Sounds like my last night too. So, I'm not sure, but I would have presented this, but according to, like, his reaction wasn't, I think, strong enough. So let's just keep going. Two of them then hit the president's body. Hold it! Supposing those two were accomplices, why would they have needed to leave the body hanging there for an entire day?
Not so fast! Why don't you give it a rest and take a good, hard look at reality? Thanks to their trickery, our investigation has been confused up until now. Doesn't that about answer your question? Got it? Those two hid the body.
Okay. So the monster costume over there. That's it? That's the last one? Damn. Hold it! In the video, we cannot see the inside of the costume. So can you really say for certain that the body was placed inside?
Yeah, I'll give you that much. In that case, why don't we try examining it? The inside of that costume. There might be some traces left inside.
Mr. Powers, may we examine the inside of the costume?
Sure, go ahead. But it might be kinda stinky, since I sweat a lot in there.
This is incredibly dirty. That's strange.
That's strange. We always make sure to clean it after using it, so that the sweat doesn't damage the costume.
Also, look at there's like dirt and a bunch like fragments of something. Rock or maybe even concrete. Which reminds me of these gloves that we found. Same thing, right? And we know that these belong to Blaze, so what? So Blaze does have something to do with this case somehow? Even though last night he was with us, so I'm not sure how this adds up, but I'll just have to see, I guess.
Not so fast! Isn't this just proof that someone besides you used this costume? I'd say that dirt from the body probably got into the costume.
The president's folly did fall on top of the monster's footprint. That must be where the dirt came from.
Are you satisfied now?
No! Does nobody think that if he fell from 52 floors, there should be at least some blood somewhere? There's dirt inside the costume, must have gone there where the body was hidden inside. Okay, 90% of the time, this is the statement that gets added is the one that we need to present on. Now, I had a different thing in mind, but let's just press this and then I'll tell you guys. Hold it! So, dirt got into the costume and the body was hidden inside. Wouldn't that mean that the dirt was transferred from the body?
Ha! Isn't that obvious? How else would you say it got there?
There's dirt stuck everywhere inside the costume. It looks particularly bad around the chest area.
Dirt around the chest? We cannot overlook this fact.
Mr. Lang's logic does seem to make sense.
Indeed. If those two were accomplices, the crime certainly would have been possible. So it would be useless to argue that point.
In that case, what should we do?
Firstly, we should have Agent Lang explain his reasoning in more detail. Let's draw out more information. Okay, so we already did that, so that was another hit that this is actually the one we should show. Now, I was starting to think that he says they hid the body in there 2 days ago. Now we have this commemorative photo that was taken yesterday. Obviously with someone inside the monster costume, so it's impossible that there was a body there while Powers was wearing it and like prancing around. And I wouldn't think that they would just like move the body around a couple of times. So I think this is it. I'm just not sure where to present this. Also, let me just look around and see if there's anything else that might mean the dirt shouldn't be there. I also have these gloves again, but I think that's like too advanced right now. It's like too complex. All of these don't have any relationship to the murder. Neither does this, neither does this. Check out the practice video. Blue truck, commemorative photo. Crime scene notes. Oh, well, he had a yellow stain on his chest. But maybe that's not, like, transferable. So it's a maybe, but I'm not sure. Grand Tower. Whoops, sorry. Accidentally move the screen a bit. Okay, perfect. So, let's see, there was the head, the doll, the chain. No, I think these are the only two things I got right now. So I'm gonna start with a commemorative photo, since that seems like a much more obvious contradiction to me. Objection! Agent Lang, it seems there's a clear contradiction in your statement.
Lang Z says, always question words without evidence. Ha! But it seems I don't even need to question the words that you're saying. It's clearly a pathetic bluff.
Ah, so that was wrong.
Mr. Edgeworth, a bluff won't be effective against Mr. Lang.
Indeed. In that case, I'll have to face him head on. Okay, so if that's not it, I'm gonna try... Almost at half health. This isn't very good. I'm gonna try this. Since there was a yellow stain, but no, like, concrete bits or dust or anything, really. The body is unbelievably clean. No blood, no nothing. So I'm gonna try this. Objection! Dirt got onto the costume and the body was hidden inside it. Isn't that really the case? Is that really the case?
You have a problem with that?
There's a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume.
Yeah, that is a lot of dirt.
However, I would like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, and yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. If the body really was inside the costume, then it's strange that the front of the body isn't stained with more dirt. In stream but not in chat? That is weird. I can see it in chat. Are you on your phone maybe, Drops, or something like that?
Well then, how would you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume?
From the video footage, it's very likely that someone was inside the costume. But just who could it have been?
Where have I seen this?
Laptop. That is odd, I'm not sure. I can see it on my computer just fine. Can anybody else not see the train emoji for any reason? What's the matter, Kay?
I just feel like I remember seeing something like that looked like this dirt somewhere before. But where was it? There were these bits of gray fragments mixed in with the dirt.
Gray fragments? Of course, we already know what this is. You can see it shares, huh? I don't know, man. Could be that German censorship. Maybe because trains travel to Auschwitz, then train emojis are not allowed in Germany anymore. There does seem to be something other than normal dirt mixed into it.
Something must have gotten stuck to it, and lots of it, I might add.
Something got stuck to it. This may merit a closer look. Where did we see dirt that looks like what's stuck on the inside of the costume? Obviously, the gloves. Take that! This dirt has some grey bits mixed into it.
Huh? And what of it?
We found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves.
Those dirt stains. They certainly look the same. But tell me, just what exactly is this gray substance?
This grey substance is concrete. This grey substance must be fragments of concrete.
You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints?
Exactly. Meanwhile, who do these gloves, which are stained with the same kind of dirt, belong to?
Oh, I remember. We found it at Blaze's place.
Earlier today, we went to Blaze's garage. There, we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. Come to think of it, there were also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well as like cement mix. Why would mechanics' gloves intended to be used on machines be covered in dirt? If he broke the concrete with a hammer and then dug into the soil with a shovel, then it's only natural for dirt like that to get on the gloves.
Then maybe.
Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear. It's possible that these footprints were dug up by Blaze the Best himself.
Not so fast. It's possible. It's possible, you say? Please, do enlighten me. 'Cause I honestly have no clue. Why on earth would he do something like that?
Why did he make the monster footprints? Thinking about it, the answer must be... I gotta say, it's more likely, I think, that he buried it. That he buried something. Because that would definitely distract from, like, people, you know, digging up there. And it would also explain why there was cement mix, because he also needed to cover something back up. Could it have been because he buried something?
He buried something. I smell treasure. So, what did he bury?
If you want to find that out, we'll have to dig it up ourselves.
Not so fast. You think the police wouldn't have already investigated that? There was absolutely nothing buried beneath those footprints.
Aw, shit.
Ugh.
It seems that was wrong. Well, it was a good guess, I think. Fine, I'm at health. I gotta start acting up. In that case, we should assume the opposite. He dug something up. It probably went something like this. Last night at this spot, there was something that Blaze needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked into the film lot. Using the hammer and shovel, he set to work. Okay, and then what? He placed the items he dug up into his bag, but before he could fill in the holes...
Ah, that's when John came to practice.
Oh, I see now. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the Mozilla costume nearby.
Grr. To think you would do so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, all of this is merely a possibility. There's still no proof that he was the one who was hiding inside that costume. For all we know, he might have left the scene once he finished digging.
Objection! On the contrary, such proof does exist, can be seen in the video. When this video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the film lot. Because we can see his bag there, right? I did see a bag there, but I thought it might just be part of the set.
What?
Though I can't blame Agent Lang for not noticing. The difference between the current film lot and the one in John's video. I think he means the bag, even though we can't really see it from our angle right now, but that's the only thing I can imagine right now. The only difference. Along with the state of Blaze's garage. The state of his garage? I'm not sure about that. It's all too clear that Blaze was still here. Oh, now I see. Yeah, the bag was behind there. It was next to Sebastian. What proves that Blaze was still at the film lot when this video was recorded? Has to be this. I just noticed it when we saw Sebastian. Oh, welcome back, Maury. Take that! This bag, placed near the costume. There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seems there is a connection. Updated. Warned by Blaze the best when he dug the monster's footprint like holes. And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the president's body could not have been hidden inside it. I could have shown it with a picture too, but sure.
Yeah!
It seems I was able to refute Agent Lang's reasoning.
Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal!
Aren't you a detective, Gumshoe?
We need to know what was inside that bag!
Yes, sir! Who's holding it? Hold it! Y'all pipe down and listen up! Y'all just been saying whatever works best for y'all! And the noisy one returns. That there's the footprints of the mighty Mozilla. They ain't just some random holes dug up by that old coot. I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically. Logic schmogic. I ain't buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw, and I saw Mozilla. Is she referring to how she saw Mozilla out the window of the Grand Tower? Preposterous. Upon our journalists' souls, we ain't having none of it. That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere. Ah, that's right. There's more to them monsters than just those footprints. I remember hearing that Sunny over there was seen with a monster earlier. I reckon that gal over there said she witnessed it herself. No, that was obviously just the camera on a crane. When these two are together, all meaningful talk grinds to a halt.
If we only knew what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do?
The monster's true identity? We don't have much choice. Let's see what we can do. Is there something y'all ain't telling us about that monster? Nicole, ask him. Ask him right now. Hold it! Please settle down. Regarding the true identity of that monster, I already know what it is. What'd you say? That's right. The video John recorded provided the hint that I needed. What you talking about? Miss Nichols saw Goldie. when she went to check up on John's practice. At that time, she mistook something for Gordy. The monster can be seen in this photograph.
What? Ain't that just some plain old souvenir photo? Y'all don't really think you can pull a wool over the eyes of a pro like me, do ya?
What did Miss Nichols really see that she mistook for Gordy? Obviously, like I said, the camera on a crane. Good thing I studied cinema for 4 years so I can get this clue right. Take that! Naturally, Gordy's identity was this camera crane.
What?
The video John recorded was shot from fairly high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without a camera crane.
Hold it!
Hold it. But there ain't no way Miss Nichols would mistake a camera for a camera crane for Gordy. Objection! I wonder about that. Miss Nichols,
Yes.
earlier you said the prescription for your glasses didn't match your eyesight anymore, correct?
Yes. Lately, it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gone a lot worse.
So would you say that you weren't able to see Gordy very clearly in the dark?
Oh, that's right. Its silhouette was all I could make out.
But remember what Miss Nichols said? What Miss Nichols said? And I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile.
Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, let alone skin. It's just a bare steel frame.
That is certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin.
Hold it! Y'all just doing whatever you can to get in the way of our big scoop, ain't ya?
That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Gordy's skin is right before our very eyes. This is the skin of Gordy that Miss Nichols saw. Obviously, it's the tarp or whatever they want to call this against rain. Since they said that the forecast said there might be rain today or yesterday or something like that. Take that! As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. Well, it never actually rained. John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet. At least he's responsible. Which, to Miss Nichols, looked like a monster skin. What?
You gotta be kidding me!
Isn't that right, John?
Man, you saw through it all. Not bad, old man.
Unfortunately, the Gordy that Miss Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion.
Not again. Looks like my dream has shriveled up and died once again.
Mentor.
Seems like things have finally settled down.
I really thought the boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong.
Now that we figured out the true form of the monster, everyone seems refreshed.
Actually, there's 2 people here who are totally bummed out. Agent Lang. Well, the forensic report is in, sir. We got the results of President Huang's autopsy.
Good. Show it to me.
Finally, what did he die from?
Contusions and bone fractures found across the body, resulting from tremendous pressure.
Really? Why isn't there, like, anything external then? That's really weird.
So, this was the cause of death. In other words, He was crushed to death.
I thought as much. Oh, so yeah, so it's possible that it was by the monster head. And the yellow stain also works with that theory.
The yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation.
It's gonna be paint.
But it seems that gunpowder residue was found in his right hand.
Sunflower residue? I didn't know the president was into gardening.
No, gunpowder residue. Traces of it are left behind when a gun is fired. Since it has been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun.
A gun, huh? Well, we didn't find any guns when we were investigating this area.
Oh, hey, Indy. How you doing, man? Don't usually see you at this hour. Unexplained gunpowder residue? I have to look over the autopsy report later. Now then, Agent Lang. It seems we have our answer. Was that Ad Mashable? That Latina train is kind of hot. Are you sure you guys want to go down this road? What are you talking about? I'm gonna check that out later, because I guess that photo is part of the thing. This morning, weird for me to be yeah, I thought as much. Good morning, my man, and Merry Christmas. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Mozilla's head.
I can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all.
Thomas the Tank Engine to reflect diversity with new international friends. Oh, they got a Latina... Okay, a Latina train. Are you sure you want to go down this road? Well, as if it matters. Like, it doesn't matter if they make a hot Latina train. There's gonna be, like, Rule 34 of Thomas the Tank Engine anyway. So that hardly matters. I think it's Christmas tomorrow, isn't it? Probably weird for you, since you're used to celebrating it at summer, right? Or is it? How is it in Hawaii right now, really? Is it actually cold, or is it, like, still warm as always? Oh shit, yeah, I see what you mean, Indy. Well, Christmas evening. Oh, in Germany, it's Christmas today. That's so weird. Why is the date of Christmas different? Does every country think that Jesus was born in a different day or something? It's warm? Okay. So I guess it's not that different for you then.
This means the suspicion surrounding Miss Courtney should be cleared up, right?
Yes. Not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves her innocence as well. Are you sure that's the Indian train? You poor Lula. To be honest, I can't see it on like my chat that is opened up. I just saw it in like the stream. That happens to me sometimes too, kind of like what happened to Drops. Sometimes I can't see images on the in chat, but I can in the chat that's embedded in my stream. We just throw a fucking dot on a calendar and that's when Christmas is. Yeah, pretty much. Or I don't know, I guess Germans just can't wait for that. Just can't wait another day. They were impatient, so they decided they have to have Christmas one day early and open their presents. Following 2 days are known as the first and second Christmas days. Oh, okay. So this one is like Christmas 0. Oh, this one I can see. That guy, what train is he? Also, I didn't even know that Thomas the Tank Engine is still like ongoing. I thought it was like an old cartoon and book series that's over. Kind of like Cat in the Hat, you know? I didn't know it was still going on. Judge Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Oh, Merry Christmas, Weru. How you doing, man? And well, are you cooking anything special for Christmas? Some special meal for the special day? Muzilla's head also fell last night. It matches up perfectly. We open our prismats on Christmas Eve, but it's only a half holiday. What do you mean a half holiday?
That's a relief.
Not so fast.
Oh, you went to your dad's. That's awesome. I hope you have a great time, man. So, any special plans for cooking then? Are you gonna do it with your dad, or are you like the main cook in the family? What? It's 5 Celsius right here, and I had to go for 5 minutes, and I hated it. I'm not sure how cold is it right now. It's definitely not as cold as in Europe right now, I think. Indy. The fact that Cat in the Hat, the new one with Myers, made copyright owners so fucking upset they banned anyone from ever making a movie adaptation ever again was worth it for this one image. I actually didn't know that it pissed off the copyright owners that much. It's even better to know that. But yeah, that image is great. It's a great meme. And I didn't know about that. That's a great piece of trivia.
Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved?
Agent Lang?
The president died after being crushed by the Muzilla's head. That, I will admit.
That was so crude and rude. It made them flip out. That's amazing. I really want to like see a documentary now about behind the scenes, how the licensing went and how come. Well, it's actually pretty normal for like copyright holders to not have artistic say in a movie. I wonder who directed it and how they sold it to them, or what studio. That's really interesting, like from a producer's point of view or a production point of view, like how it came to that. And it's pretty fucking hilarious, I gotta say.
But the problem is, who was responsible for the falling head?
Muzilla's head fell last night, and last night the one who was at the film lot was
Overruled. What are you saying? Surely you're not implying.
That's right. You killed him, didn't you?
Why don't? But we also know that Blaze the Best was here last night. Why doesn't he blame him? Pork roast, rutabaga, and carrot casseroles, Greek salad, and a type of salad that looks like wow. That's like really high-end stuff, Weru. Good on you. Holy shit! You can make stuff like that, dude. You can open a fucking restaurant, in my book at least. What's that, Indy? The adult humor within the film really displeased Audrey Geisel. Who, right, his name was Geisel. Who, somewhat rightly, felt it was a mockery of her late husband's work, though this was already brewing after the Grinch movie. They only stayed quiet since the film wasn't too bad. And as such, the Geisel estate decided not to produce a live-action film again. Well, fair enough. The Grinch movie was decent, I guess. Just again for the memory and just seeing Jim Carrey fucking about. Really, to me it looks like a fucking gourmet meal. But yeah, if you say so, dude. That's still pretty impressive to me. I could never make something like that. They know about the Grinch movie being the same estate. Yeah, it makes sense actually, since the Grinch is also Dr. Seuss, right? Yeah, the Grinch movie was great with that thing. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Streaming both of them. We already got a bunch of movies we want to stream for Christmas. There was Bats wanted to stream the Muppets Christmas movie too, which I think would be fun as well. Stuff on top is whipped cream with pepper, the water. The beets were boiled in vinegar, salt, and sugar. Well, A, that's still too advanced for me, because I can fuck up making cereal. I'm absolutely horrible in the kitchen, which is a shame. I really regret it, but I just, like, I don't have that connection with food like a lot of other people have. And B, it still looks really good. But presentation is half of the meal. That's what they say in Top Chef all the time. That the eyes feast first, before the mouth.
That's right. You killed him, didn't you? John Marsh.
Oh, he's really sweating. Did he do something?
That pup is hiding something. He was at the crime scene where the body was discovered last night. He also saw the footprints. And despite that, he still claims to know absolutely nothing about the incident.
there's ever an SSH Christmas feast, me and Gary Bro are cooking and Ducky. Wow, that would be amazing. It's not gonna bring the pizza. Wow. You know, a fucking SSH feast would be fucking amazing, I think. Too bad chances of that are pretty slim, like a cross-continental SSH get-together, but that would be amazing. The Shame and Despair and Vegemite. But you're repeating yourself there, Indy.
Isn't that a bit too convenient?
Objection! I'm just kidding, I never actually had Vegemite, I just heard that it's terrible. That and Marmite. I mostly heard that Marmite is absolutely terrible, like most British cuisine, if not all. And that Vegemite is about the same thing. But I think it's just one of the things that you have to get, like, it's an acquired taste. That if you, like, grew into it, you'll be into it, but if not, then not so much. Claude will bring the weak drinks and sick. Okay. These... Yeah, but don't be a dick to Claude, you know? He's going through a hard time, still. His dad's in the hospital and all. Don't you ever salt your toast? Do you mean that literally? Or is that a euphemism? Because I think in both cases, no, but I just want to know what you mean. These footprint-shaped holes have not been proven to be related to the case. Yeah, okay, sorry, I don't know. I feel kind of bad for him, so I felt like I had to say something. Just because he saw the hose doesn't necessarily mean that he's involved in the incident.
Not so fast. You sure about that? Take a look at the pup's face.
Oh, Vegemite is pretty much salt? Really? In that case, I might actually like it, because I love salty things. And I love salt on almost everything.
He looks pretty shaken to me.
Looks like he hit the mark, but John doesn't want to talk about it. Someone salt their beer? Nope, never seen anything like that. Why did you ask them why they did that? Maybe it's like a specific type of beer that's good with it or something, but no, that's really weird. Never heard of something like that.
If he doesn't feel like talking, then I have an idea of my own.
Yes, this is for you, Weru. Oh, it's the Sunken Duncan! How you doing, man? It's great to see you. I'm doing fine. Merry Christmas, my dude. Ceased and vegetable extract, but it tastes super fucking salt. Really? Then I might actually enjoy it more than I thought. We'll waterboard him for Ada.
Let's check the tape.
Agent Lang, what is your intention? Yeah, a lot more people than usual. I think it's just because it's a Sunday. And sometimes I don't stream on Sunday because I have to work. But yeah, a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. Really happy for it.
The police have a device that lets you analyze the video footage up close and personal.
Agent Lang, you would suspect John enough to go that far?
As long as John's lips are sealed, this may be the only way for us to get closer to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, if I'm not mistaken, you have that device with you, correct?
Mr. Analysis is ready to go, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right, we already used that. It was a great device. It's a shame they didn't let us use that more.
Now we're talking.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, would you please perform the video analysis for us?
She wants me to do it.
Who knows what kind of faults that Wolfman will find in it?
This isn't exactly my strong suit, but I suppose I have no choice. Are there any new clues shown in on the video? I don't see anything right now. That's it? We can't, like, make it move forward? I don't see anything here. Don't see anything here. Oh shit! What the who is that muscly man over there? Wait, that's one guy? There's probably nothing here, but okay. Who's that muscle man over there? What the hell? Eureka! This is...
What's the matter? I want to see too. Eek!
Could be Will Powers? He's the only one that's muscly enough, I think.
Hey, what's wrong? Show it to me.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I request you submit the evidence to court.
Please take a look at the top right corner of the zoomed-in video.
This person is... the president!
Impossible!
What, really? But that can't be the president. We saw that the president is actually like a fat potato.
Huh? No way! It seems like we finally found it at last. The evidence that points to the true killer.
This video places John at a major disadvantage.
You're wrong. That's not right. I didn't know anything about this.
That's not gonna cut it. It's clear that you and the victim were together at the same place where his body was later found.
Why is he shirtless, though?
John Marsh, there's no doubt. You killed the president.
No, this can't be. Why? Why would you? John, please don't tell me. Did you really kill the president?
Mr. Edgeworth, is this really decisive evidence?
Mr. Prosecutor, looks like even you can't object to this. That pup said he didn't know anything, right? And yet, the president's right here in the video.
He's still not opening his mouth. John, what are you hiding?
Smash. John, please tell us the truth.
The truth is, it's all my fault.
John Marsh, what did you do?
Mozilla's head falling was all my fault.
Really? Did he just confess? During the rehearsal.
Well, I was setting up the equipment on the roof. I used the heater.
Oh right, there was a fire. And he... Okay, I think I realized what happened.
After that, I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. Then, my mom called me, so I left the film lot. When I came back to the lot, after the phone call was over, Mozilla's head and that was on the roof had fallen. And right next to it was the president, lying dead on the ground.
How can that be?
I see. There were indeed traces that something had caught fire on the rooftop.
It was just a small fire, so I was able to put it out by myself.
So, the president's death was John's fault?
Why was the president there and why was he alone? Where's the fuck? Well, we already know that 2 days ago he, for some reason, he sneaked out of his, like, I don't know, hotel room or whatever, and he gave his Secret Service the slip. We don't know why, but that was 2 days ago. And then he went to meet Judge Courtney on the rooftop of a building right next to here, as we can see in the security camera footage. Later, we saw Courtney going down the elevator by herself, and we did. That's it. This is the last time we saw the president alive, because there is no footage of him going down the elevator after that. So we're not 100% sure how he got down, and we don't know what he's doing here, what he was talking with Courtney about, nothing at all. So that's why. There is a lot of mystery surrounding this case.
But wouldn't that make this an accident, sir?
And then, what did you do with the fallen head?
I took it apart, brought the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together.
Not so fast. So, you put out the fire and even put the fallen head back on the roof. Which means you're hiding evidence. We can't be having that, you naughty little pup.
Who's holding it?
Hold it! I didn't do it on purpose. I really did just forget to turn off the heater.
When the legs broke, the stand would have tilted. If Mozilla's head was on top of the stand,
It would have fallen off. So the head fell down because of the fire.
yes. And if that's the case, I also have a pretty good idea what caused the fire. There's a flammable can next to the heater. It seems someone is lacking in safety awareness.
Not so fast. Was it really just an accident? If that's the truth, then what was the president doing here?
I don't know. There was no one else around when I was there.
You expect me to believe that? The president wouldn't have just come to a place like this without a reason, you know?
Indeed. The president's reasoning for coming here is still a huge mystery. Oh, they're just saying exactly what I was explaining to Indy. 2 nights ago, he met with Judge Courtney on the roof of the Grand Tower. And last night, he was here at the film lot. Did he meet with John? If he is actually John's dad, then that would kind of explain it, and maybe also why they don't want to talk about it. Maybe because that means, no, he's a president, he's not a king, so that shouldn't mean like anything specific for him. I don't know, maybe they're refugees from Zhengfa or something? I got no clue. For Ho that looked like Courtney? Well, you wouldn't want her to act the same way, because Courtney is kind of an ice queen. So I doubt that that's what you would want. I'll have to listen to John's testimony very carefully. Okay, rebuttal. Well, I didn't spot anything suspicious right away, so I guess we'll just have to press everything and hope for the best. That something will just pop out. Was an ice queen? I meant like that she's, well, a bitch, really. Like she has a heart of ice. How they act, they're just hoes. Explain this? Where's there to explain, Wada? I don't see anything out of the ordinary with that photo. Looks completely normal to me.
Hold it!
John, you're still young. I know it can get a little cold in the early spring, but you shouldn't have resorted to a heater.
Overruled. It is precisely because he is young that he must make sure to take good care of himself.
Objection! However, while it can get a bit chilly during this time of year, I wouldn't necessarily say.
Hold it. Hold it, old man. Is this really the right time to be having this argument?
This was that's a great reaction face, actually.
He's completely right.
John, you did well to get the better of Mr. Edgeworth, but please mind your language.
Let's not forget that he got the better of you too, Your Honor.
I know, Mom. So, where was I?
Do deer have dicks? I don't think so. I think they just will their offspring into being. That's I saw that on National Geographic route, really. Deer are girls. Aren't deer also male? Has no antlers, so it's a doe, so no dick. Oh yeah, so that's a doe. What? I just imagined that. A trap deer baiting another deer. That was really good. Female deer is a door, yeah, as a doe. Trap deer, that's a good. Well, it could be a trap deer, you never know. It might be a really good trap deer. Okay. After that, I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. Hold it! You forgot to turn off the heater. You didn't check it before leaving the roof.
I meant to turn it off, but I was too focused on practicing, so... Come on! Everybody forgets stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah, I gotcha. I forget the small things like that all the time, too.
I know what I'm asking in draw threads now. Oh yeah, if Chocobo comes around, you should. I'll put that as a request too. That's a great idea. Haven't seen him in a while, but he's always like coming around asking if anyone has I don't know, any ideas for him to draw.
Like, sometimes I'll forget to turn off the AC or the lights in Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Never seen like an elk or a gazelle or a moose with a dick. Look up National Geographic, Duncan. Just, I wonder if you just like YouTube elk fucking. Hardcore elk sex or something. Does it actually like turn up with I know that if you like Google or YouTube like dung beetle sex, I think it will actually show you that, but I'm not sure about elk. I wonder if any animal can just like show you that. So yeah.
Or I'll jump off the ladder for his bookshelves, or leave prank calls on his answering machines. But forgetting to turn off the heater is really dangerous, so you've gotta be careful.
Oh, good job, Drops. And Duncan. Oh, those are balls, right? I can't really see. Wise words, Indy. Some of those things had nothing to do with forgetfulness. John, please continue.
Looks like you've got it rough too, old man. Well, back to my story.
Oh, Merry Xmas, Palma. How you doing, man? My mom called me, so I left the film on.
Hold it!
It was late at night at the film lot, and not a single member of the film crew was around. Yeah, FOH is Palma. So then, why did you have to leave the premises in order to answer the phone call? How do I know? I just remembered, dude. Also, I know you well enough to like tell you by the way you write. Ah, Feliz Navidad, of course.
I totally forgot about the phone call thing, so I kind of panicked.
Dude, you literally just admitted that it's you by saying, how do you know it's me? So yeah, I know it's you. Pootsfag, yeah. The guy who hasn't been around the site for like 4 years. No, dude, like it's like a guy. It's like asking if anyone's there, or asking if someone's home, and someone answering back, "There's no one here."
If I didn't answer it fast, I would have been busted for leaving the hotel without permission.
In that case, why didn't you just answer it here?
Because I was rehearsing. All the cameras and mics were on. If I talked here, every last word I said to Mom would have been caught on camera.
Maybe that would have been for the best, actually. It would have helped your alibi. So he was embarrassed that the conversation with his mother could be recorded. Oh, the miracle of SSH Xmas, of course.
Anyways, I stopped practicing for a bit and rushed out of the film lot.
Hold it! In that phone call, you lied and said you were at the hotel, correct?
Why didn't you tell your mom that you were rehearsing?
If I told her that, she would have called the hotel and made them send a taxi or something.
Overruled.
Sorry, I'm getting confused with voices.
Overruled. Of course I would have. A child alone on the streets at that time of night. What sort of parent would allow their child to be in such a dangerous situation?
I guess kids just don't understand how their parents feel.
It goes both ways, Mr. Edgeworth.
Indeed. Now then, John, please tell us about what happened after the phone call. I still don't see anything suspicious at all in what he said so far.
Huh? Oh yeah, of course. When the call was finished and I came back here.
Well, Ladybug Ginger. Yeah, his name is John. How can you think that he's... and I give him like a pretty butch voice, even though that doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure if you Google it, you'll find it though, Indy. If not, then definitely porn of his mother. So his head that was on the roof had fallen. Hold it! Was there any indication that the head was about to fall?
I don't know. I was focused on my rehearsal.
So you forgot to turn off the heater, which led to a fire on the roof. I would think you should have at least heard something.
Heard something? Oh, I was wearing headphones, so...
Headphones?
Listening to the movie soundtrack helps me get into the scene.
Oh, he really is a pro. That's very impressive, actually. But yeah, let me see. Does he have... Oh yeah, he does actually have... Forgot the word, but he does actually have it on his head.
I had it on full blast. That's why I didn't hear anything.
And yet, you noticed your mother's incoming call. Well, it's possible that he, like, felt the vibration.
I had my phone on vibrate, old man. That's how I noticed. Ugh. Anyway, the head had fallen. Right next to it was the president lying dead on the ground.
Hold it! What was the state of the body?
I didn't get a good look, because it was dark.
He's suddenly become as quiet as a mouse.
I guess John doesn't really want to remember anything about the body.
Is that the only reason why he's gone so quiet? Should I press him for more details, of course? This is not how a court of law works. Well, first of all, we're not in a court of law, and he's not a prosecutor anymore. We're outside just like doing an investigation, a private investigation, you could say. Even though, no, we're with the police, technically, I think. So it's not a court of law, and also, they kind of... Since this is the... Well, yeah, it's really an investigation, so the law doesn't even matter, right? Yep. Sorry, as much. You didn't get a good look. Then how did you know he was dead?
That's... well...
He's clearly shaken. He must be hiding something. Wouldn't you normally call for help if you see someone collapse on the ground? However, you did nothing of the sort.
But he was already dead.
Is that so? You seem quite certain that the president was already dead. Now, is there a reason for that, I wonder?
Hold it! The guy was collapsed on the ground, and right next to him was the fallen monster's head. I'm not stupid. It wasn't hard to imagine what happened.
Objection! You can imagine whatever you want, but there was no way for you to know that he was dead.
You actually checked to make sure the prisoner was dead, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. I was scared, but I got up close to the body and checked to see if he was breathing.
I thought as much. However, why would he hide that? There must be a reason. Please tell me the state of the body at the time.
At first, I didn't know he was dead. I would have realized sooner if there had been any blood. But there wasn't a single drop, and his clothes were completely spotless. Either way, he wasn't breathing. That's how I knew he was already dead.
Would you please append those statements to your testimony? Okay, so we got more stuff to press. This is the first one, right? Yeah.
Hold it!
So you were unable to tell if he was dead because of the lack of the stains on his clothes. Are you certain of that? Lack of stains? That might be a contradiction.
Of course I am. You guys saw the body too, right? So what's the big deal?
You said that the area was dark, and yet you were still able to make that observation.
I'm telling you, there wasn't a single stain on his entire body. Give it a rest, old man.
Thank you, John. That was all I needed to hear.
Are clean clothes that important to you, Mr. Edgeworth? Mine are freshly washed, though.
Next, could you tell me how you determined that the president was dead?
Well, there wasn't anything to let me know right away that he was dead, you see.
Okay, I think I know what to present. I'm gonna press this one too, just to be sure.
Hold it!
How did you check if he had stopped breathing?
They taught us how at school. You get right up close to the person's nose and check to see if you can feel the breath. I never thought I'd have to do it for real, though.
That was really brave of you to be able to do something like that. John, you sure are amazing for an elementary school kid.
Okay, he's in middle school. Please try to get that into your head sometime soon.
It'd be pretty scary to see a corpse just suddenly appear out of the blue like that. Not to mention the fallen monster head lying next to the body.
Actually, yeah, those are good points. Panic would certainly be an understandable response to such a situation.
But still, all things considered, this was just an accident, right?
Indeed. That is, if we decide to take John's words at face value. I wouldn't mind having some more concrete details on the state of the crime scene. Okay, so I think I know what to do. When dead, his clothes were spotless, which we know is wrong since he had a stain. Right? Gunpowder residue found on right hand. Yellow stain on his suit is currently being analyzed. And there is a stain. Oh, there we go. Yellow stain on his suit is currently being analyzed. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find out it's paint, but let's see. I think he didn't actually see the body next to it, but maybe he saw the body like underneath the head and he pushed the head off or something. Maybe he was still alive then, even, and he said some final words to him, and that's why he's freaking out. Let's see.
Objection!
His clothes were spotless.
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with it, old man?
John, it is painfully obvious that you are desperately trying to hide something from me.
What are you going on about? I'm not hiding anything.
You are hiding something about this yellow stain on the president's clothes, correct? Why did you leave it entirely out of your testimony?
The fact you made no mention of it only serves to cast more suspicion upon yourself. Oh, that's because... I hope you have a convincing explanation.
Overruled.
Judge Courtney?
Allow me to explain.
Why are you...
The yellow stain left on the president's chest. It's almost certainly Lion Lily pollen.
Lion Lily?
When I met with the president on the roof of the Grand Tower 2 nights ago,
Really? I thought it would be paint from the nose ring on Mozilla.
I brought him a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies are beautiful flowers with stunning golden petals. Some of the pollen from the lilies must have gone on the president's suit.
Huh? But I didn't see any lilies in the security footage, though.
Though we don't really see her hands either, so...
They were simply obscured by the president's body.
I guess we can't, like, counter that. Like, we can't prove that's wrong.
Why did you bring a bouquet?
That I cannot say.
They're lovers. I think it's pretty official.
Not so fast! Hey! You're keeping way too many secrets! You won't tell us why you met with the president or the reason you bought him flowers?
My apologies. However, I did give him the bouquet. That much is true.
Objection! But when the president's body was discovered, we didn't find any flowers.
I honestly don't know how that could be.
Ha! Hey, Miss Judge. All your answers have been too vague. You can't say this, and you don't know that. Do you accept flimsy testimony like that in your trials?
Who's holding it?
Hold it! Hey, cut it out!
John,
I threw the flowers away. You threw them away? So there were flowers near the body when you found it? Yeah, that's right. They were right on top of the president's body.
I feel like he might be lying again.
They had been crushed as flat as pancakes, though.
Ah, I see. So the flowers were squashed by Mozilla's head, too.
And a large amount of pollen got stuck to the president's suit. That seems to be the gist of it. However, why did you go out of your way to dispose of the flowers? No reason. So John's not going to tell us anything either.
Was the president face down? No, he was face up. See, we have a photo of the crime scene. Right here. This is how we found him. So this actually lines up. See, Duncan, that's not how you can get hoes. You can say I hate girls and then want hoes. It's either or, my dude. Want to get something to play for a bit, but haven't found anything. Well, man, one of my favorite games of all times is Psychonauts, Wada. If you didn't grab that yet, I think it should be like pretty cheap right now. By now. And I really, really love that game. So yeah, that's the one thing that comes to mind right now, but if there's anything else, I'll hit you up. Why is that, Dunk? You too afraid that she'll beat you? What would I want a retarded hoe?
I guess mother and son both have a lot of secrets, huh?
overruled. That is not true. At the very least, I can tell you why John threw away those flowers.
Huh?
John, you saw me leaving the house with those flowers in hand, did you not?
What house? He was at a hotel, no?
Ah, I get it. John saw the flowers and thought of his mom.
He threw them away in order to protect Judge Courtney from being suspected. That's not true. You're all wrong. That was his worst lie yet. Okay, so I guess that we're gonna take this for face value. Crime scene notes updated. Well, we're still not sure of it. She claims it's Poland, but we still don't have the lab results back.
I often decorate our house with those flowers. The bouquet must have reminded him of me.
Not so fast. So the pup just happens to find the flowers from his mother's bouquet on top of the body? That's why he threw them away and kept silent about the body? Ha! That's a tiny little story if I've ever heard one.
And what's wrong with that? I suppose you prefer untidy, messy stories, Agent Lang?
Don't tell me you've forgotten already, Missy. This pup confessed that he caused the monster's head to fall last night.
Ooh, that's true, but
He's currently the only suspect in the president's murder.
But we know that Blaze the Best was here. Why is he not a suspect? Objection! It is true that there are many reasons to suspect John. However, there is someone other than John who is far more suspicious.
What'd you say?
John himself was kidnapped by that very person not too long ago.
And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal. A refrigerated warehouse? That's right, pal. The refrigeration wasn't turned on, so he wasn't about to freeze to death. But if he hadn't yelled out for help, we would have never found him.
once the sleeping drugs wore off, he was finally able to call out for help.
Sleeping drugs. Huh. If I recall correctly, when you were kidnapped...
That's right. There was a bottle lying on the floor of the refrigerated warehouse. I think it was the same thing that was used on me not long ago. That sleepy triple Z stuff. It's super powerful.
So Kay and John, when they were abducted, the brand name is Sleepy Triple Z. How about it, Agent Lang? John is clearly a victim. There is a mastermind at work behind the scenes of this case.
Not so fast! I don't know anything about this so-called mastermind. You say they were here last night?
I still don't know for sure yet.
Ha! It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor.
Indeed. I still don't have any evidence that ties the mastermind to this murder. Is there someone else? Is there anyone besides John who had the opportunity to murder the president? Yes. Oh, they're giving us big hints right now. That's it!
As I thought. In the end, that pup is our only suspect.
Objection! Isn't there one more suspect, Agent Lang?
What's this?
Didn't we prove it earlier? Last night, there was one more person here.
Blaze the Best. You're saying he's the one who did it?
And I think, I know it's right in the middle, but I think this is still like the best spot I can stop for now. I'm out of time. I got work tomorrow. I gotta go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys. I really want to keep going and even finish this, but I just can't. I gotta get some sleep. So yeah, I think this is the best spot since that we can remember what's going on the next time we stream, since he flat out says it. So I'm gonna save right here, and I'm gonna say thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much. We had a lot of people here tonight. I had a lot of fun with that, so thank you everybody. I'll see you guys on Thursday probably, because I'm not gonna stream for the upcoming 3 days. I'm not gonna stream for the upcoming 3 days probably, unless I get some time in between. But I'll be back on Thursday, same time as today. You can check the schedule. Remember that on Friday, I'm doing a special event, a special Christmas stream with a naughty little game that Maury requested me to play, and I've obliged him. So that's going to be fun too. And until then, you can check the schedule to see what time what time do I stream. There's a North American and a European version, of course. And also, if you feel like it, you can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Steam to get notifications when I start to stream. So you don't miss any part of my stream. And you can also follow me on Twitch and YouTube to watch my past broadcasts of this and other games. Yeah, it's actually banned on Twitch, that game, so I'm not gonna stream it on Twitch. It's gonna be a special stream on Safe State Heroes. I'll advertise it on Twitch, but I won't actually be doing it there. So it's gonna be a special stream on Safe State Heroes on a throwaway account on a different service, and it's gonna be, I hope it's gonna be very special and entertaining. We'll see. It's a pretty fucked up game. So yeah, with that, I'm off. Hopefully there's a lot of people here, so maybe we'll actually even get another stream soon, or a Christmas movie, hopefully, if anyone feels up for it. At any case, I hope we do. But until then, what got banned? The game I'm gonna stream on Friday, Indy. It's a game that's banned on Twitch. It's a forbidden game. So I'm gonna use a different service to stream it. It's a one-time thing though. Just a special Christmas event. Yeah, Gonzo. So yeah, that's it. So stick around, guys. We might have something else in store real soon. And I hope to see all of you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Hope you really enjoy your breaks and your holiday. And I'll see you guys soon. Marco.